just going to say that van life YouTube channels are going to be inundated with cold weather videos. And just wanted to say that everybody's experience will be a little different. Yeah, so we have a cold snap here. And I am in my sister's backyard, plugged in to a little heater. I know my wave 3 just wouldn't be enough to keep me comfortable. Prior to this, I decided to change out my propane cook stove, my camp stove, to butane. So I'm in the process of that right now. This is my sister's backyard. And Big Blue is in here. My van is in an uproar right now. Complete uproar. But in the meantime, I took out my propane stove. And this is the one that I'm in process of putting in. I had a 2-burner, so I still have my old one, butane stove. Bring it up as a 2nd burner as needed, because I've gained a lot of space. This is fabulous. Before, my propane stove came up to about here. Plus back here was the regulator, and I had changed to the 1-pound bottles just recently because I was having problems with leakage, and so it took up a lot of room, right? But I've gained all this space. But in the meantime, I had my old stove velcroed down, which this one will be as well, but now I'm trying to get rid of the goop. I put some Goo Gone on there. I've done this a couple of times now. This is raw wood. I won't actually be cutting food on here because I always cut my food on a cutting board. Now I have to make a decision where to position it. It would be kind of cool if it was here in proximity to the window, but I have this gap to deal with. So I'm thinking of putting two of the feet down here on this here, and I can always use this space here because I have my little air cleaner. It's all in the way in the back there, because I have that running all night. Well, I'm plugged in at my sister's house, so I have it running all the time, but when I'm not plugged in, I have it running all night. So that could go there. That leaves a little bit more room, because I put stuff here too, right? And that still leaves sort of enough room for venting when I'm cooking. I'm going to get a cover made for it, so when I'm cooking, the cover will go off here and go here. But I also am experimenting with all this stuff. Of course, when I'm cooking, all this stuff is tucked right in. Put this here. It's ugly as sin, but it would do until I can figure out something more permanent. Shall I Velcro it down? Am I ready? Look at all this counter space I just acquired. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's about, oh, let's say about 30 inches. Oh, that's going to be lovely, 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 lovely. So glad to get more counter space. That'll be incredibly awesome. Will be a bit of a drag having to pull up that extra burner, but I can deal with that. I can live with that. Never got all the goop off. I thought I got it off. So before I glue it down, I'm going to try to get more of that goop off. That's feeling a little better. I can still work on that over time anyway, because it's exposed now. Yep, I still have to open my door from the outside. Still haven't got that handle fixed. Ah, yeah. I should brush off my stool. I am at my sister's place in her backyard. There's her house. I'm not moving anywhere until this cold snap is over. So, I'm going into her house to use her toilet. Not that you really needed to know that. Okay, make sure I have my house keys. Okay. It's -10 here this morning. The air at about 3 feet in my van was 15 degrees. 20 degrees, which is room temperature. 15 is very comfortable to sleep in, but with this electric heater, it does not heat the floors. Oh, I'm coming around the corner here and it's chilly, man. Big wind. Anyway, the floor beside my bed, I think it's 20 degrees is room temperature and 0 is freezing. My floor beside my bed was 5 degrees this morning. That's with the heat, because the heat rises with this electric heater. When my wave, which can't keep up to this cold anyway, so it's not even a consideration, but the wave tends to keep the warm on the floor. Okay, I think I'm gonna hold on going down these stairs. Especially since my knee doesn't work perfectly well yet. Van Life YouTube channels are gonna be inundated with cold weather videos. And just wanted to say that everybody's experience will be a little different depending on their build, on their heat source, on the actual temperature. So it should be interesting from all kinds of perspectives. But this is my experience with our -10 weather. This is the coldest day of this winter so far. Cross my fingers, it's the coldest day for the whole winter. And here's my little setup. The sun is pretty. It hasn't hit my solar panel yet. Got these beautiful trees. The sun is over there. No, the sun is wherever it is. It does get the sun eventually as the day goes by, because my fridge is running off of my house batteries. And the fridge has been fine, mind you. I mean, the batteries have been fine. Mind you, my temperature is set in my fridge for 4 degrees. And my actual fridge temperature this morning was 3 degrees. So it's the cold coming in from below. But let's get in here again. And get washed up and get some breakfast. My tiny little heater. What do you guys think? Wow, look at this. So I have to get my shoes off. I don't want to track snow into my space. And I have to get this door closed. In other words, bring this in. There's a space right here, so overnight this was stuffed in between. I'll have to do it again. It hasn't particularly warmed up, has it? Oops, that got a little dark, didn't it? Oh, Oops, I don't want my slippers on. What am I doing? I mean, I do want my slippers on. I put my slippers above the floor because my floor is cold. So glad to have sheep's wool slippers. Anyway, my kitchen setup, my new kitchen setup. I just did this. I guess I could clean it up for the video a little bit, couldn't I? Yeah, make it look a little nicer. So I got a new little gas one butane stove. So far I really like it. I haven't cooked anything on it yet. I just boiled the water this morning. It has those little burners inside that also light up, and it goes really low. I like that. I think it's a better stove than my previous one, which of course I still have down below here as my not my backup, I shouldn't say that, as my second burner. And my son is going to make me a cover for it, probably out of wood. But in the meantime, I have this oven liner squished to fit, as well as a protector for this. I will be devising some kind of protector that's a little bit higher, that goes higher up, because my old stove, when I opened the lid, it went like up to here, so it protected a little bit better. But that's all in the creativity and finding the right products. I might even squish one of the oven liners to make as a protector. I'm just curious what the temperature is down where my batteries are. I put my thermometer right down in the back, and I haven't even looked at it yet. I do know the floor below my bed was 5 degrees. Down there, my batteries are under the back of my bed. So let's have a look. Zero. Do you know what that means? That it's like 1 degree less than, warmer than freezing. Oh my goodness. The air purifier is still going. My breakfast or brunch mess that I haven't cleaned up yet. And my little nest where I've been hanging out watching YouTube. Yeah, it's just a little nest. And enjoying the sunshine out in the lawn. With the heater pointing where my feet are. Got back to my van just now from my sister's house. Visiting, we had supper with her. And it was 11 degrees in here. It's minus 13 outside with just a little heater on. It's 11 degrees, which is the same as 52 Fahrenheit. So, I am going to also put on my little Wave 3 heater for the night. Because I don't want it to get down to like 9-10 degrees in here overnight with my floor at like 0 degrees. Right. Let's get some heat in here. We'll have to open up a bit more though overnight to get airflow throughout the van. I already have this front Passenger side window open, cracked open about probably an inch or so. So that's probably about 16 square inches maybe, and it says to have 24 square inches of space. I generally have more than 24 square inches just because that's the way I like it. And of course on opposite sides of the van, so it actually can move. If it's just on one side of the van, you just get a airlock, and that doesn't work. I think she's pretty hot now. So that's where it's going to be for the night. And my other little heater is right there. Well, we'll see where I actually put it. I have to test this all out. I've never done this before. See my Christmas hat my granddaughter gave me? Pretty sweet. I came back to the Cowichan yesterday from Nanaimo. Very glad that I did. She just texted me there was 12 inches of snow in her front yard and 8 inches in her back, which we can't figure out. So I'm glad I got out of there, since Nanaimo is a hilly small city. And I looked out my window and we have snow here too where I am. So let's check it out. Ooh, bright. There's snow on there. By the way, I put on rubber boots. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a bit of snow out there. Not, well, there might be 8 inches here. So I would say 5 inches, 6 inches, but it's pretty beautiful. The only person here, except for the mill people coming in and out, and the snowplow has come by because you can see the snowbank that was put in. Winter Wonderland. I could drive in there. No, it'd be kind of silly. But this snow isn't going to stay. It's going to be raining probably by this afternoon, and it's going to melt. Even though in this particular area where I am, it says it's going to snow the next, like tomorrow, maybe even the next day. But we're not going to get any sun here. Don't think. Maybe bits. But oh my gosh, I'm looking at these trees up here. They're so pretty. To see if my water stayed unfrozen or not overnight. Did get below freezing. Nope, it isn't frozen. Woot woot, yay!